Did you hear that? One fit turari. Did you hear? I should take it back a little. Again, that part here.
I watched I caught it.
Please, how many of you say that you should be clapping in the office of so many things. So many clapping, so many. We started hearing, not even hearing, seeing things.
Like what?
What does she me tell you so? Specifically, odors of my fitular, even inside the pastor's office.
We all know what has been going on in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. In this video, I have been vindicated once again. When I came out to talk about my experience, even though it was not my plan to when I came out, I never had planned to talk about my experience, but I found myself there where I need to explain and talk about my experience. And I'm glad I did, because I got my healing, my total healing from speaking out. But despite that, I empathize and still feel for people who are still trapped, that's the word I will use, under this God of men, that are using their lives for them. I feel so much for them and empathize with them. And I continue in the liberation movement, speaking when I see their video, pointing out some things. But when you come, you will say it is bitterness. This woman is bitter. This woman does not have joy. This woman is not happy. You look me like this, I'm not happy. Orilo Yomio. Now my head, rescue me. My case would have been worse if I did not wake up. If I did not use my sense. If I remain under them. The greatest blessing in my life is this freedom that I got from under this God of men, under religion, away from religion. That is the greatest gift of my life to me. So when I came out to talk, many of you castigated me. And I'm sure even the person we are going to talk about this morning, they must have castigated me too. Oh, I don't have their picture. I wanted to put their picture, but I don't have it. Which is the Iluyo of my days. I am sure they too will have said, what is wrong with this lady? They will have said, she is Antichrist. She is this Christ. She is that Christ. I am very sure they will have at a point say, this lady, she is one of the weapon fashioned against the church. She is this, she is that. They will have called me names. There is something that is constant, and that thing is truth. Truth is constant. Lies will need to be defended all the time. I have remained in my results, in my experience, in my testimony, and what I went through. But unfortunately, because many will still go through what I went through and go through worst, we are here today. It is no more news that the Luyo of my days has been booted out of Redeemed Christian Church of God, like many others. I did a video last night, and people are saying I should not say they chased them out. I said they were chased out, whatever way you want to look at it. They were all chased out after they have labored, used all their years, their resources, and their time, and everything. They were chased out. You can say they were not chased out. They were chased out. Now, the same word I was using, some videos I'm going to be playing it, and I'm giving the audio credit. I'm not using the video. I am giving the audio credits to Daddy Freeze. I am analyzing that video because it aligns with my experience. Very similar. And now somebody else has tasted it. How does it taste? Somebody said, Auntie, I think our last caller yesterday was the same person that granted interview with Daddy Freeze. I am not too sure. I felt that way at a point too, but I'm not too sure. So I don't know. But that last caller said a lot. I'm trying to cut the clips so you can get to listen to it very well. I've posted one part of it on YouTube and Facebook. That caller that we called in yesterday that I gave about 1 hour, I purposely gave her that time. Many were like, allow her to play, allow her to go. I said, no, I won't allow this kind of person to go. Somebody is shedding light. She is helping people, except somebody that their head is not okay, or they have covered their brain somewhere with no reason with what that woman is saying. I said, allow her to talk. Anyway, don't let us talk too much. Let me start the video. So the audio you are going to be listening to, I am giving the credits to Daddy Freeze. I recorded it from his page because I don't know. They might call him and beg him to pull it down. You know, you can never tell. So I recorded the video, but I covered it. So it's going to be audio you'll be listening to. The audio is from one woman. She's a popular woman in those days. When you remember Biscuits, she used to be the counterpart of Biscuits. Celebrities of those days in the 80s and the 90s. I remember them very well. Immediately I saw her face, I said, I know this woman very well. Quincy Ayodele. She used to be very popular then. And I'm sure many of you will remember her. If you are part of the 60s generation, the 70s generation, you will know the woman very well. She's not a stranger. So, she's very close to the Louis Omades. After what happened to the Louis Omades moved on and started their life again by starting a new ministry. Then last week, Pastor Adeboye was in City of David. Go and watch my last video. And from this woman's video, the last live audio video I did yesterday, go and watch it. How City of David came about. The woman that called into the show was very explicit about it. Like I told you, I said my information might not be 100% correct about City of David and all the rest. You know why? My late husband was more deeply involved with them. I wasn't that deeply involved, like I always tell you. And that was my saving grace. He knew more about them than me, number one. Number two, by the time I lost my late husband, the father of my kids, I became a lot of things blank out in my brain. I think that was my own trauma, something. I blanked out. I forgot a lot of things. So I keep saying it anytime I'm talking that I may not be 100% correct. But at least this is the little. And I'm glad what I was saying was what brought that woman out to come and tell us the truth of how everything went. How City of David was battered. And when I heard that story yesterday, honestly, I feel sad. I now feel the pains of the Louis Omade. Please forget whatever we are saying. I want you to put yourself in their shoes now. Okay? Yes, they committed an error. Forget that now. But go and watch that yesterday's video and put yourself in their shoes. So after all their labor and everything, they asked them to leave, which is fine. And you are going to hear how they were chased out, how they were really embarrassed after their years of labor. Just go and watch that yesterday's video. Then this is a follow-up on that video now. The woman explained a lot of things for us that yesterday. So I will refer you back to that video to get understanding. So this Quincy Ayodele, it's a paid interview. That was why the referee was not able to ask probing questions and couldn't comment. Yes, I saw he could not ask questions. Not only that, apart from being paid interview, remember, all these people were instrumental to Daddy Freeze losing his job. Number one. Number two, Daddy Freeze is in Nigeria. He has to be very careful too. He has to be careful about litigation and all those things. So I understand Daddy Freeze stand why he couldn't ask questions. But what that woman said that yesterday was worth listening to. Somebody said, paid or no paid, but it was revealing. God bless you, Vincent. Very explosive. So let me not go too much. Let us start with the audio. Like I said, I have covered the video and I'm giving credit to the audio to Daddy Freeze. Let's go. It's going to be a long one. It's like an hour video, but don't worry, you are going to enjoy every bit of it. Before we start, let's listen to this video. This is the genesis of the trouble. These people have kept quiet. I mean, the Louis Omades. They have kept quiet. They have moved on. Then Daddy Gio went to City of David. Not only go to City of David, he got to City of David and, he started attributing the success of City of David to themselves, not the people who really suffered to put City of David in place. No acknowledgement of them. He now went further. I think I missed that yesterday. It was later somebody sent it to me. Auntie, did you miss this? I said, I didn't see this. He has changed the name of Apapa family. Honestly, forget the fact that I'm not part of them anymore. Apapa family as a name is a pride. And I will tell you why. It's a pride to everyone who has passed through Apapa family, irrespective whether you are still part of them or not. Because these are the people that made Redeem what Redeem is today. They are the movers and shakers of Redeem, which even Baba Adeboye in his video acknowledged how they used to use private jets, how they bought him limousine, how they furnished his home for him to upgrade him. See, Papa family did a lot in Redeem. And it was shocking when I heard this video. Just listen.
The Lord has sent me here this morning to change your name. From now on, you will no longer be called a Papa family. You will be called the favored family. When you go out, you shall be favored. When you come in, you shall be favored.
That statement, to me, break my heart. I'm not part of them. But I know the pride of saying a Papa family. And I think the last of our Papa family power has been taken off, which is Iluyomade. So it was not acknowledged, nothing was done. And I think this is what gave the beginning of a saga. This is the beginning of saga that might take long. And, you know, people felt they need to talk out, they need to speak out. And I think they did the right thing. To me, you may feel they didn't do the right thing. I feel they did the right thing. So that is the genesis. So it was there. There's still another video. We played that yesterday. There's no point doing that so that we don't waste time. So let's start listening to the audios. And I'm going to keep quiet. If there is need to talk, I will talk.
The thing that brings me to your life, I've always known you anyway, always known ourselves anyway. But the thing now that we have to talk is about Trinity Tower, RCCG, City of David, and Iluyomade. Pastor Iluyomade, Dowu Iluyomade, and Pastor Adeboye.
And of course, the late Access Bank CEO.
Okay. Was that one a short one? Okay. So I had to cut it in clips because it was a 1 hour video. I can't record it straight like that.
Before we go into this, let me, I know you very well, man. I know you're an asset to Nigeria as a country, Africa as a whole, and Africans in diaspora as a people. Please, to those of us who might be hearing of you for the first time, which I'm sure a very small population, please introduce yourself, ma.
My name is Quincy, your herbal slimmer. That's how I normally introduce myself on my TV programs. My name is Dr. Mrs. Quincy Ayodele. I am a traditional medicine practitioner, both in Nigeria, in the US, and in Africa generally. I am a World Health Organization expert committee member on development of African traditional medicine. And I've been with them since forever, and we have been able to, separate the evidence-based herbal medicine from the other.
I was supposed to call this
medicine. So you can, now that you're even seeing a lot of herbal medicine, like herbal toothpaste, herbal medicine, medicine, all those things. Of course, I happen to be part of those who advocated, and we brought it into the market.
I know some of you will come on board. It's good that they changed the name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, all right.
And that meeting is supposed to have held in Addis Ababa with African Union, but because of the US thing with WHO.
Oh, no. Hold on, let me forward it a bit.
We're still going to do the talk.
So you deserve your flowers.
Thank God. To the glory of God.
Okay, let us talk about the Trinity Towers and Pastor Dowu Iluyomade. Many of us heard about him for the first time when the late Herbert Wigwe passed on in an unfortunate incident in the United States of America. And Pastor Iluyomade's wife allegedly went on with her birthday party. And then we heard of his suspension. But you are a member of City of David. So please, ma, tell us from the inside what really transpired.
Number one, I'll be talking as an elder. I am 66 years old.
I didn't know she's that old.
6 years young, ma.
Okay, 66 anything. To the glory of God. And I joined Redeemed Christian Church of God from Freedom Hall when Pastor Tony Rapu started it, and then I saw that I was invited. People of like minds, like myself, were there, educated, So it fascinated me, and I joined with my entire member, with Pastor Tony Rapu. And the place was growing. And then later, Pastor Esco joined, finding wrong, what's the name of this? Igodalo, so Pastor Tola Dutola, all those ones were like, and then Agu was in Jesus Army. Pastor Tony Rapu is a visionary. He has a lot of ideas. He was young, and that man was very creative. So he brought that creativity into modernizing Redeemed Christian Church of God. Because the thing we met on ground was not modern, but
classical.
He encouraged us that we should just say. And even at that time, that the Adeboye came and said and told them that let them come in as they are. They are wearing earring gold, they are not covering their ears. They just come. Let them come in as they are. If they hear the truth will set them free. So we all liked him, we loved him at that time for that statement. So we went in there as we were. And then when we started hearing the truth, some of us started covering hair. Some of our dresses became to be long. At that time, I've been celebrity all my life. I had gold hair, pierced nose. But the truth of the Bible set me free. I removed and I gave my life to Christ. And then that's how the journey started. Suddenly, they said governing council came. I don't know the story they told Pastor Apu. And they had to transfer him. They said it was the policy of Redeem that they must transfer pastors. I was not a pastor. But before he left, he distributed all of us, you understand, to the diaspora. He sent Pastor Gandhi to the US. He sent Pastor Esco to the island. Pastor ID to also the island. I had to open my house for care fellowship. He sent Godalo Itwa to Ikeja, Faniro. He just sent all these guys out to continue. He sent Pastor Agu to London as Jesus Army. No, he trained us to be like, you have to fight for Jesus. You have to fight to make sure that the gospel of God continued. He taught us how to be soldiers of Christ, which Pastor Adeboye was also part of at that time.
Okay, so this is Pastor Rapu.
Yes, Pastor Rapu taught us how to the soldiers, how to carry on the gospel. It doesn't matter where I post you to. You have to keep on preaching the gospel, spread it to the uppermost
recruit more slaves.
Where I taught you, and so on and so forth. As for him, maybe they said he should leave Redeem at that time, so he left. So the work he taught us continued with Pastor.
He left. How did you go?
So we started renting Lagoon restaurants. We did this, we were renting instruments and so on and so forth. And he posted, I had a fellowship in my house. And the thing at that time is that if you have more than 10 members in your fellowship, you turn them over to the parish and you start again. Do you understand? So I turned my membership to the parish, started inviting new members again. And then the work was going on. We were working for Christ, for humanity in City of David. And Pastor Adeboye was also part of us at that time. Do you understand?
I understand.
So we were able to build the sanctuary with Pastor Esco in City of David. At that time, he invited a lot of all these rich people. You know, this is the island, you know.
Go and listen to yesterday's video. She said they were able to build City of David with Pastor Escom. The caller yesterday said Pastor Escom bought the land. They have not paid. When Pastor Escom buy and they transfer Iluyomade from King's Court to City of David. So it was when Iluyomade got to City of David, they started the plan, the building. Okay? So please, you need to go and watch that yesterday's video too. She might not be too accurate, but she tried in her own way. The other woman too might not be too accurate, but you can put the two together to really get the in-depth of the story.
Where the movers and shakers of Nigeria live, where I don't have to say so many things. You know, this is the island. So Jim Ovia was part of us in City of David. A lot of other important personalities were there. So they were donating towards building the sanctuary and doing humanitarian services, which Pastor Esco was also doing. Do you understand? Meanwhile, Pastor Idowu was posted to King's Court to develop King's Court, and he was doing the humanitarian service there. He bought the land, built King's Court to 10 stories, school you know, these people are educated, you know, they have the standard. So they brought that template into King's Court.
Okay.
Shattered us in City of David because we were doing this, do that, and we were doing it. So I think Pastor Adeboye now had to post Pastor Idowu to come and take over the sanctuary, the City of David. And then he came with his wife, Pastor Shitu Iliyomade. Only sanctuary was on ground.
Only sanctuary.
Before Pastor Esco died, he wanted to build tower, build house for God like Solomon did. So, and that was beside the Trinity Tower. There was a virgin land opposite the sanctuary, which is now where the Trinity Tower is. So when the Leomades came, they now said, let's build school first. And then let's make sure that we now take over the land opposite us for Solomon building. Because it was big, it was large, was a large land. And then also, we can also use part of that place to build a hospital. Let's remain where we are. That's what the Leomades said. Let's remain in the sanctuary whilst we're building the school, we're building the hospital, and we're taking over the land opposite us. When they contacted the owners of the land, they said it was like maybe 10 billion, I don't know, some billions of naira, which they couldn't afford. They announced it to the members. Members started donating. They approached the bank. The bank gave them some loan to buy the land. You understand? And then we don't. A lot of
bank
us
gave them the
it must have been. I think it was Zenith Bank.
Access Bank.
It was Zenith Bank at that time.
Okay. So, they said Access Bank.
They paid the money back at that time. So
okay.
They now started announcing. As at when we were building school, they announced to members. Every member of City of David donated to build the school. When it was time to build the hospitals, they announced. The Leomades announced to us that we should build affordable health care for our members and for the people in the community. Every member of City of David donated, and the hospital was built. It's called Healing Stripes. So when it was time to now build Trinity Tower, you understand? So they now approached, they said we should donate land to buy the Trinity Tower. All of us donated though.
Their land.
We bought the land. But to build it, Pastor Aduuni wanted us to have it in towers so that the money they are realizing from this office buildings can be able to maintain the edifice that we plan to build, so that he won't have to be coming to members all the time to donate this, to donate that. So that was how we have it in three towers. And we are donating only 5,000, donate 10,000, 1 million, 1 billion, anything.
1 billion.
People, they donated. Some people who don't even have, they went to go and sell their things. Just to build house.
For God.
And he built it. We were seeing what he was building.
Was he transparent?
It was very transparent. Pastor Aduuni will come every Sunday and play it on the screen. This is the pledge members made last week.
Wow, very transparent.
Of this pledge, 400 million has been paid. 200 million is outstanding. You understand? And this 400 million, this is what is going to use it to do. The remaining thing remains lighting, remains stage light. You will put it for us. So all of us will now begin to pledge. As we were pledging, we were paying. So also was Pastor Abandonment. He also was part of us. He was also paying as much as all of us were paying. It's not only him that paid.
So, Mommy, you're trying to say that the narrative that Mr. Herbert, I don't know if he's a pastor, the late Herbert Wigwe,
of
blessed memory, the story we heard was that he built Trinity Towers, or he gave the most to Trinity Towers.
Pastor Herbert Wigwe did not build Trinity Tower.
Oh, wow.
Alone. All of us in City of David contributed. As much as he also contributed, all of us also contributed to build Trinity Tower together. Some people gave more than the others.
Was he the highest giver?
For that one, I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so, but he also gave money. He also gave money. We cannot lie against him. He also gave money, just like we also gave money. Some people even gave more than me. Sure, you understand? And this runs into so many amount of money. Some people, when they started reading that news, that Pastor Abatwige was the one that built Trinity Tower, some people were annoyed of the donors. They left the church. Even when Pastor Eddie was still there, that what is the meaning of this? Why would they say Abatugwe was the highest donor. When not me, that those people donated so amount. I mean, they got upset.
And as an elder, you were privy to.
Oh yes, I was inside hearing. This is not a matter of hearsay. As an elder, I was inside the thing. And then not only did Pastor Idowu Iliyomade did all this, he made us to donate money to build house, school for Makoko, free of charge. They are still there and feeding them, buying school bags, buying this for them. And Pastor Idowu Iliyomade, we normally contribute money to feed 5,000 poor people.
I know about
Sunday.
that. Yes.
We created a soup kitchen.
Yes, soup kitchen. Yeah.
5,000 people every Sunday. We always there's an offering for that. And then he did a lot
Because
of
they
work.
levy us.
He even built house for Pastor Esco's wife in Parkview. Very
Sheboshe,
beautiful house.
they build us for one widow because she's a senior pastor.
I mean, Pastor Esco was
Wọ́n fẹ́ help our yòókù.
not of his own.
Can you hear that?
Must we abandon his wife because headquarters was not even coming to do anything? So he did.
So the headquarters didn't really do anything for Pastor Esco's wife.
I don't know.
Shembo,
but this is what we
good.
did for her. I don't know about that. So we built Parkview Estate to settle him. There's so many schools and all the hospital equipment that Pastor Idowu Iliyomade bought, donated to hospitals in the name of RCCG, putting it there on behalf of Pastor Adeboye and Pastor Folu Adeboye. I'm here to give you this. And he did a lot of CSR for Redeem, for the entire Redeem. Was Idowu Iliyomade that was doing CSR for the entire Redeem. And Pastor Adeboye and Pastor Idowu Iliyomade, they're like father and son.
When the money was coming in very well, nígbà tó yín use it.
Two
Father and
mobile
son, my
clinics were given to them, to City of David, by Aunty Alakija, as part of CSR.
Wow.
It's still there if they have not sold it. So we did a lot of humanitarian jobs that he made us to be involved. It's not a matter of where you bring money. You bring your money and then bring your time. Is it which one will I mention? Is it Kirikiri or prisons that we are visiting, carrying food, taking gospel to them and giving them, enlightening them how to get out, what to be of good character in the jail, and they are still there. It's not a matter of, and so many sending sick people to abroad. Pastor Idowu Iliyomade, if you are a member of City of David and you approach him, you are sick, he will buy tickets from whatever offering. You understand? And he will send them to the US. Many people, scholarship for children, for widows. He give them money.
All right. Oh, you cool. Just hold on. No. You might be told we are still going to get to the one that is very, very interesting. Mo rẹ́rìn mo fẹ́ máa yín lẹ̀ báyìí ni. Mẹ́wàá ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ń dún níyàn.
Forever. No. After all, they have told him, my daddy, our daddy, Pastor Adeboye, they have told the father and the mother that his son did not own Trinity Tower.
Oh wow! So Pastor Adeboye made this announcement.
He said his son did not build the Trinity Tower. Can you not see the picture of my daddy, our daddy, in the Trinity Tower logo now?
What she's saying here, they have put Baba's logo at Trinity Towers, like he was the one that did the work. That is what she's saying here, in case you don't understand. That was what she was trying to explain to Daddy Freeze.
Picture. So if it was Abatugwe, why not Abatugwe?
If it was...
About what Abba did was, he loaned them, he borrowed them money.
How much did Herbert borrow them, mommy?
For me, I cannot, even if I know, I cannot disclose.
Okay.
But whatever amount he borrowed them, maybe for a period of 10 years, and sending out of RCCG, City of David, it's not even up to 4 years. 10 years has not lapsed. The reason why my daddy sent Pastor Ivy out of RCCG is only known to him and to God. You understand? Because Pastor Idowu Iliyomade did a lot for our daddy.
Okay.
He did a lot for Daddy Adeboye. He did a lot.
Mommy, I want us to talk about this Pastor C.G. Iluyomade's birthday, the controversial birthday that caused the uproar, the public uproar and outcry, because we, the online in-laws or the online family, believe that Herbert Wigwe was the one who built Trinity Towers and he was one of the biggest donors to Iluyomade's church, and how could something like that have happened and they still progressed with a lavish birthday celebration? So, Mommy, what are your thoughts on that?
My knowledge, not my thoughts. My knowledge about that is that our brother, Pastor Adeboye, it was not him that built Trinity Tower. Trinity Tower was built by a collective of all members of the city of David, plus him. Do you understand? We contributed to build Trinity Towers. And that is it. The bad day that happened, unfortunately, I was not even in the country at that time. But we suddenly heard that our brother, what happened to our brother? Everybody was well devastated. Well, because we know him. Do you understand? And it's like, what's the meaning of this? So Pastor Shiju, to my knowledge, postponed her birthday, which has been planned for like a year before then. And I was told that even our mother in Israel, was privy to the birthday celebration also, because Pastor Shiju happens to be her daughter. That's how we see, that's how we saw all the four of them. To the extent that they even sent a tribute to our mother.
That is Mommy Gio.
Mommy Gio. So to me, when they were talking about parties, holding of parties, I'm like, Mommy would tell Pastor Shiju what to do or what not to do. So when I heard that the party happened, because I was not in the country, I'm like, so maybe Mommy finally granted that he should go and do the party. That was my thought at that time. But the following day, I now started reading the blog in the US, and I'm like, oh my God. So it became like, oh my God. Anyway, Daddy came in at that time. Daddy Adeboye came in because of the public cry to try to calm the public down.
That was the tension.
The tension. So he placed Pastor Iluyomaide on suspension to be coming to Ebute Metta, which was to me as like, thank God, that will even calm down the public. So Iluyomaide and the Shiju Iluyomaide, they were going to Ebute Metta to serve the punishment. And some of us, by that time I came back,
serve punishment.
Went with them to serve the punishment. What's the punishment? We just report there every Sunday, and then we do the service there, and we normally leave the place.
So who was heading City of David in the interim?
When he was sent on suspension, governing council, before he was sent on suspension, they said governing council came from Daddy Gio that to announce to us in the church what happened to our brother and his family and the birthday. And because of that, our pastor ID has to be placed on 3 months suspension. And is there any question? Some of us asked some questions, but they didn't answer the question. So we said, it's okay. Let him go and serve the punishment. We're all waiting for what is going to happen after 3 months, thinking that he has served the punishment, then he will come back to continue his job. For 3 months, finished too. The next thing we heard was that a letter was written to Pastor Iluyomaide while they were posting other pastors about. Letter was written to him that he must not enter City of David at all. Okay? So during the time that he was on suspension, they installed Pastor Pandi to also come there for 3 months. So Pastor Pandi was the one that was pastoring us for those 3 months. When Pastor Idowu, even Pastor Pandi used to announce that he stay here for 3 months. Do you understand? And at exactly 3 months, Pastor Pandi left too. I don't know how he did that. But that after 3 months, instead of Pastor Iluyomaide to be brought back, what we saw was Pastor Ayodele. So we're not like, so why is Pastor Iluyomaide? They said maybe they will post him to other parish. It's okay. If they said that is the policy of Redeem. It's okay. He has done King's Court before. He has done Trinity Tower now. He could do it in anywhere, any other place. So we are waiting for his posting. And the next thing we now read is that they said he should not enter City of David.
No.
Shego, he should not enter.
Confirmed.
Yes. Yes.
So
He should not enter the place again.
Who literally built the City of David and the Trinity Towers. was banned from entering it.
Yes. Yes.
And this is confirmed.
After he served the suspension. So what I'm reading online that he rebelled, he did not rebel though. He served the punishment.
Not to ever enter
He was told not to enter City of David
again.
But why they did that is only known to our daddy, God,
Daddy go.
and God. I cannot answer why, but we are curious. So what do? We started writing letter. We wrote letter of appeal to daddy. That
Letter of appeal.
don't do this. This is our pastor. Remember what he has. Remember the works of his hands that he has done, even for you, for us, for the Church of Christ, for the Redeemed Christian Church. We started quoting all these things that Pastor Aduuni has done. We wrote, we signed our names. We sent to our daddy.
Daddy,
we didn't get any
response.
So
this is sad.
What happened was that the Iluyomades now started going to other redeemed parishes. The first place they went back to was where they were coming from, King's Court. And the King's Court parish pastor welcomed them.
I'm going to pause here. This is too close to home for me. Remember when I came out with my story? Any can you redeem? Mi ò mọ ẹ̀mí tí olórí yín gbé mi. Don't transfer to the rest. When I came with my story, èmi lọ lọ́pẹ́, èmi mà lọ lọ́pẹ́ o, ẹ wá wòre bàbá, ẹ wá wòre bàbá láyé mi, èmi mà lọ lọ́pẹ́ rẹpẹtẹ. Èmi lọ lọ́pẹ́, èmi mà lọ lọ́pẹ́ o, èmi lọ lọ́pẹ́, èmi mà lọ lọ́pẹ́ o. Mi ò ṣe Christian o, mo kọrin orin ayọ̀. I'm not a Christian, I'm just singing for joy. Even though I feel the pains of these people. I told you guys, and because you are under these people, under this man, under this whatever that coven, because you guys are under that coven, you can never ever have milk of sympathy or empathy. I came out, and I didn't mean to tell my story. I just found myself there, and I thought, the more I was speaking, the more I was feeling better. After 16 or 17 years. Imagine a place you have labored for. We were not even as rich as these people there. Even the little, we were very young. We were sent out with no dime. Go and start a parish. We were using our money. That was the second parish we were asked to set up. Not even the first one. The first one was called River. Well, the second one was it Restoration? Then the first one was Rivers of Life. I can't remember. One was Rivers of Life. One was Restoration Parish. And we went for the first one, the second one, with our own money in our early 30s, late 20s stroke early 30s. And I lost the father of my kids. That was the financier of the church. And the next thing, while I was still mourning, I was still in the period of mourning. And they called me, don't go to that parish again. The same thing. They said they banned Iluyomade from entering City of David. Banned, as in don't ever go there again. Don't even go to any redeemed parish again. What sort of mind is that? Please. Folashade, you better stop deceiving yourself. You said redeemed does not belong to Adeboye. Until then, you guys will be shocked. One shocking you, one shockalizing you. You say it doesn't belong to me. Then it belongs to who? To you. Who does it belong to? The governing councils. Who does it belong to? The assistant general overseer. You better don't deceive yourself. Are you the one making decision in the place? Okay, how did they succeed in taking Iluyomade out of the place if it doesn't belong to him? Where something does not belong to somebody, there will be governing council that will sit down, that will determine, that will vote. But this one, somebody gave instruction, don't ever go there again. Not even to any other redeemed parish. He went to the first church he built, 10-story building. Okay, if I can't stay here for now, let me go to where I can be. At least find some people that I can familiar with. I'm serving the punishment, no problem. And this man went to King's Court. He started King's Court from the scratch. The way he started the other place too, City of David. Yeah, Eskom started City of David, but he was the one that built City of David to what City of David is today. And I was asking some question. I said, when he was building all that edifice, what was he thinking? Why didn't he tidy up some papers? And you know what? He is a lawyer, the wife is a lawyer. They tried to tidy up some papers, but Baba is smarter. The man at the top is smarter, and he has people to use. He went behind and scattered everything. They had wanted, all of you forget the party. It was not because of the party they sent this man out. No this and no peace. They didn't send him out because of the party. They've been looking for loophole. They've been looking for his mistake. They've been looking for a way to send him out for the past, not even 2-3 years ago. Not even 4 years ago. Take this to the bank. Want to fail let it penny redeem. But not party building, you're not to fail. They don't know how to chase him away. Unfortunately, they played into their hands because of the party. They had wanted to send him away since immediately he completed that place. If you want to look at it, reflect back to the other pastors, starting from Tony Rapu. They called Tony Rapu as a young man. Come and so they said Tony Rapu and Tunde Bakari started Freedom Hall, but Tunde Bakari left to go and start his own church. Tony Rapu was still there, educated, somebody that is very good in building things. And Baba called him to it. They said they called him to a meeting. They want you to start another church, another branch of Redeem that will be different from the Ngbekes. Who are the Ngbekes? The classical. Those that doesn't wear earring. Those SU like nobody, they were not attracting the right people that has money. You heard what she said, and I can remember. We were wondering then, and they said, go and start another branch of Redeem. You heard what she said. Leave them, let them come with their earring. Let them come with their chain. Let them come the way they are. That is why I look at people when they are castigating Shiju Ilulomade. Shiju Ilulomade has been that way. That is her own way of dressing. You can't say because she loves beautiful clothes, she's a bad person. No, it's just her way of dressing. It's her own way, her own identity. Everyone has their own identity. It doesn't make her a bad person. So Shiju decided, they know Shiju the way she was. So the same way they did for Tony Rapu. Immediately Tony Rapu built the church. Go and watch that yesterday's video. You will understand very well. Immediately Tony Rapu built the church to a certain extent. They wanted to hijack it from him. They sent him to UK. He was in UK for 3 years. While he was in UK, they scattered Freedom Hall. It was Freedom Hall that gave birth to City of David, Rose of Sharon, Christ Church, name them. Where you find rich people, this kind of people. It was actually for corporate people, industrialists. The people that are movers and shakers of corporate world were the people that were there. Ben Akabueze. Mention them. Corporate people. They look for people that are good, that they go and canvas for them. Those are the things that they were doing. By the time Tony Rapu came, they are sidetracked him. Go and watch the video of yesterday. You will understand better. That is why I said this is a follow-up. In the process, by the time he came back, they've scattered Freedom Hall. Something he built from the scratch, from Roxy Cinema to Orile industrial area. Before you know it, want to scatter Moloju, and the next thing, he was floating, and the man went to start his own. But it was never the same again. Forget that they mingle and dine together. They have to mingle and dine together so that all of them can enjoy their business. Forget it. They don't love each other. So the same thing they did. Once you build to a certain extent, they send you away. It is still happening till today. But I was surprised. I thought being a lawyer, both of them being a lawyer, the wife is a lawyer, the husband is a lawyer. But of course, leg past leg. This thing is deeper. We can't say much. This thing is deeper than we can talk. Let's continue to listen to our sister. So Iluyo Omade was banned from going to any redeemed parishes. Lori Kini ati Kini. Do you throw away the baby and the bathwater if it is not as if they are building empires? Now somebody is saying the redeemed does not belong to Baba. You are deceiving yourself. Every one of you are deceiving yourself. If tomorrow Baba should go, court will determine who owns the redeemed, and there is nothing you will do. You know why? He's the one in charge. You don't know the legal papers they have tidied up. Why do you think it was easy for them to ask the Iluyo Omade to go? Even if Iluyo Omade should go to court, he cannot win. And you want to know what? I just posted one video on Facebook, one of the short clips I cut out. There was a time Shiju Yoromade was said to have used 20 million out of her own money to donate for the escalator in that city of David. I don't want to make comedy out of this thing because I'm really feeling these people's pain. Imagine years, your 30-something years of life. Adeboye Yoromade practically suspended his life for them. And that was when everything scattered. He had to come to America here to come and meet Tola Odutola. He needed a shoulder. He needed somebody to hold him. Because the shock, ole panyon. And they don't care. When I was asked to stop going to that parish, it was as if I was dreaming for years. The same parish, is this what it's all about? The same parish, even though it was a small parish, but I know how much we spent. And I know how much my husband was giving as first fruits, all because they believe in one Daddy Gio. I know how much he gives every January. If he had used those money to buy property, landed property, let him not build it. His children would have found life easier. If I was not a strong woman to stand up and face this thing that my children will not suffer, where do you think I will be today and my children? Where? Did I get any help from them? The little help I got from them, they pay school fees for just 2 years. They say they cannot continue again. They cannot even give scholarship to my children as a member and as a widow. Anyway, congratulations. Let's continue to hear. Now, breakfast. When I was singing, he said, last, he go cast. Now, everybody go chop breakfast. Last, he don't cast. But this breakfast is too much. This one is too much. No, it's too much. The guy has served his punishment. He has, okay, they made mistake. You don't throw away the baby and the bath water. I agree they made mistake. They shouldn't have had that party. Yes, that was wrong. Suspend them for 1 year. But let them continue in the church. You say you don't want to see them around again. That is calculated plan. Well orchestrated plan that has been well planned for years, and they were waiting for just a slip. Imagine somebody waiting for your mistake to take something that you sweat for from you. Please, let's be thinking and have empathy on people.
Our father and our mother who actually started this place, and they were even doing their anniversary, only to be told later, the pastor that welcomed them, that they must not be welcome there again.
Shengo.
So they went to
the
place. They went to.
Mommy, is this confirmed or are these speculations?
It's not speculation.
Shengo, not to go to any of the parish again.
When we wrote letter to our daddy,
appeal,
so post him anywhere, you understand, and we didn't get a response, and that he should not enter City of David. I am a believer, as daddy taught us. You understand? He taught us that the Adeboye taught us that 99. If you are rearing 100 cattle, one of them gets lost. You have to leave the 99 and go after the soul of the one that got lost. If you are rearing 100 cattle, one of them gets lost. You have to leave the 99 and go after the soul of the one that got lost and bring him back to the fold. And when you bring him back, I was after the lost soul of Pastor Aduuni. Will we now leave him to go back to the world after 32 years that he has worked all his life for Daddy and for God? Will he not be discouraged? So for me and my family, we went after his soul to bring him back to the kingdom, to redeem. Do you understand? That's the only thing. My last born is 35 years old now, and I joined Redeem when he was only 3.
So 33 years.
I've been in Redeem since 32 years ago.
Wow.
So that is how far I've been there. So there's no other place I can bring a lost soul to other than to Redeem. And I know how many people, I can't even count them, God has used me and my family to bring to the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Anyway, even my husband, my family, we are church planters. As in, myself, my children, their spouses, we normally put money together to build redeemed parishes as satellites. We built one in my village. It's now
even this woman herself, so don't be small.
Province parish. We built one in Abuja, Redeem. We are mission planters. That's our calling.
Mission planters.
We plant it to start going back there and say, bring your time, bring your. We plant and we move on to where. So that soul, we had to go after the soul of Pastor ID.
Now, there's something I would like to ask, Ma. Did you?
Abiola souls indeed.
The
woman is still entrapped in religion. That's why she's talking like that.
Adeboye, the general overseer of RCCG.
We consulted a lot of important personalities in Nigeria. which I don't want to mention their names, but if they watch this thing,
Listen.
they know themselves. I'm talking of high and high to go and beg our daddy for us. And they went to beg him. They asked him, is this boy useful to you? He said yes. He said he was repaying loan, but he has been repaying the loan without coming to ask you questions.
So is it because of the loan they now send him away or what?
Repaying the loan. He said, okay, he will let him come back. He did not. Other people went to go and beg, rolling on the floor, forgive him. So I'm like, Daddy, our daddy Adeboye that taught us about forgiveness 70 times 7 times in the Bible. Every scripture I know, it was Daddy Adeboye that taught me. You understand? I learned scripture from him. I practiced the walk in City of David and with humanity. You understand? He taught. He's a good teacher. He teaches us a lot of things about the scripture. So, where is forgiveness? If I was part of those who wrote a letter of appeal, and I was like, oh, Daddy will forgive him. Yes, it's unfortunate that the party happened. Nobody, and then he came into the situation to calm the public down. Do you understand? That is okay. But after that, well, how did they get to where they are? How? That don't enter redeem.
Don't enter redeem again.
Music. Don't do this. And do not even lead them to, okay, don't enter redeem. This is the religion you should be. You should not be worshipping. I don't like that. I'm appealing to Daddy to reconsider his stance.
Let me ask you something.
So the
PF,
so if they ask them to go back, he will go.
Fellowship of Nigeria, what have they done? Because as a pastor for over 30 years, that's Pastor Iliyomade, he will have some, can I use the word connection inside the churches, the PFN, other Pentecostal pastors. Did they intervene at any point?
Daddy Freeze.
Listen.
Daddy Adeboye is the father of Christianity
in Nigeria.
Whatever he says to us is final. It's from God. His father talks to him every time. And he believes what his father tells him. So, Pentecostal FN of Nigeria, they cannot go to Daddy Adeboye and say anything. If the father, our father's daddy has not spoken.
Oh my imagine joke.
That is how we operate. If daddy does
Sorry, I'm laughing.
Daddy's daddy does not talk to him. If he doesn't hear from daddy, what is he going to say? Because he hears from daddy every time. Daddy asked me to tell somebody here tonight, and we believe, and that is what has been going on. You understand? So nobody has said anything.
Our daddy's daddy
was abandoned.
Oh my
that
God.
Man was confused. That man did not plan to. He doesn't even know how to start church. He does not plan to start any church.
Because what we heard was when they sent him out of City of David, he now went to start his own.
Not immediately.
So it was because he was not allowed back.
Not even because he was not allowed into redeem.
As a whole.
As a whole.
Even as a member.
His daddy's daddy.
And he cannot. Wow. He was an Anglican by where he was coming from. His father was a reverend. And
let's take that back. I love that aspect. Again, his daddy has not spoken to him.
If I was part of those who wrote
his daddy, yeah, daddy's daddy.
And I was like, oh, daddy will forgive him. Yes, it's unfortunate that the party happened. Nobody. And then he came into the situation to calm the public down. Do you understand? That is okay. But after that, well, how did they get to where they are? How? That don't enter redeem, don't play music, don't do this, and you did not even lead them to, okay, don't enter redeem. This is the religion you should be. You should not be worshipping. I don't like that. I'm appealing to Daddy to reconsider his stance.
Let me ask you something, Ma. The PFN, the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, what have they done? Because as a pastor for over 30 years, that's Pastor Iliyomade, he will have some, can I use the word connection inside the churches, the PFN, other Pentecostal pastors. Did they intervene at any point?
Daddy Freeze. Daddy Adeboye is the father of Christianity in Nigeria. whatever he says to us is final. It's from God.
Yeah, but
His father talks to him every time, and we believe what his father tells him. So, Pentecostal FN of Nigeria, they cannot go to Daddy Adeboye and say anything if the father, our father's daddy has not spoken to him. Do you understand? That is how we operate. If daddy does not, our daddy's daddy does not talk to him, if he doesn't hear from daddy, what is he going to say? Because he hears from daddy every time. Daddy asked me to tell someone.
Is this sarcasm or what?
And that is what has been going on. You understand? So nobody has said anything. That man was abandoned. That man was confused. That man did not plan to. He doesn't even know how to start church. He does not plan to start any church.
Because what we heard was when they sent him out of City of David, he now went to start his own.
No.
So it was because he was not allowed back.
Not even because he was not allowed into redeem.
As a whole.
As a whole.
Even as a member.
Yes. And he cannot. Wow. He was an Anglican by where he was coming from. His father was a reverend. And he has lost 32 years in Anglican. If he goes back to Anglican, where is he going to start from? Do you understand? So they were like dumbfounded. They were like, they sat at home. Nobody to go to. Even the people that they were helping abandoned them. I can tell you, I can confirm this, but my father, my daddy Adeboye, taught me, he taught all of us. So me, I took his preaching that if you lose a soul, you must go and look for this. And that's what the Bible says. Look for that soul and bring him back to the kingdom. That was what I went. I had to go on assignment.
Okay. Oh, you could almost done anyway. Hey, daddy's daddy. Our daddy. It was like bottom. Number 5.
Food stuff for widow and money. You understand? Your daughter, your son wants to do wedding. There is something that the church will give you. So we were like working as a community. Do you understand? Welfare, transportation to and fro the church. In fact, I donated the bus.
This is not the one. This is not the one.
To the church.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Shattered us in City of David because we were doing this, do that, and we were doing it. So I think Pastor Adeboye now had to post Pastor Idowu to come and take over the sanctuary, the City of David. And then he came with his wife, Pastor Shitu Iliomade.
We have listened to this one.
Only sanctuary was on ground. Do you understand? Before Pastor Escort died, he wanted.
Sorry, I'm trying. I hope I'm not missing.
400 million has been paid. 200 million is outstanding.
Oh, okay. You have not listened to this one.
Do that. And we're doing it. So I think Pastor Adeboye now had to post Pastor Idowu Iliomade to come and take over the sanctuary, the City of David. And then he came with his wife, Pastor Shitu Iliomade. Only sanctuary was on ground. Do you understand? Before Pastor Escort died, he wanted to build tower, build house for God like Solomon did. So, and that was beside the Trinity Tower. There was a virgin land opposite the sanctuary, which is now where the Trinity Tower is. So when the Iliomades came, they now said, let's build school first. And then let's make sure that we now take over the land opposite us for this.
We have listened to this one. Are you sure?
Building.
Okay. Sorry, because it was in that was number 5. Okay, so
food stuff for widow and money.
Okay.
You understand? Your daughter, your son wants to do wedding. There is something that the church will give you. So we were like working as a community. Do you understand? Welfare, transportation to and fro the church. In fact, I donated the bus to the church so that they can be using it to go and be carrying people that don't have transport fare to come and be carrying them and bringing them to church. No, not only me, many members of City of David. All of us were working together with Pastor Idowu Iliomade. We worked. Oh yes, we worked. And Pastor Idowu Iliomade did a lot of things Then this storm came, unfortunate storm. We didn't know where it's coming from. All we had was that there was a party of our dear brother Abatwigwe. Before I go into that, City of David was the highest title to headquarters.
Oh, we heard that, but we thought that was just rumors.
There's no rumors. It has been announced.
So the greatest tithe that went to camp
every time
from every redeemed branch.
regime is City of David, announced even by Pastor Adeboye. He always gives all that kudos. That City of David has been the highest title, highest offering, highest anything development, and who is driving all this highest thing? It's Pastor Adeboye now.
Wow.
Do you understand? So Adeboye was doing so many things in the name of Redeem by Pastor Adeboye, his father. And then we were following him to continue with their vision for God. You understand? Pastor ID made, I don't even know, all the CSR for the entire RCCG.
Wow.
He made a lot of money. Every CSR for and it's not for Redeem. It's not that he will single-handedly go and bring it. He will come to his members. This is what we want to do. Oh yeah, if you are interested, can you sow? If you sow, you will reap. So it's our happiness. We are sowing. We are sowing. We are not complaining. And God was blessing us. Which one will I mention? That
God was blessing you. You have good business. You have good business you are doing.
That Pastor Adeboye and his team, that Idowu Iliyomade is the one that is organizing. That he will even come to us. Our daddy wants to go to Israel.
All those international trips.
Give the money with happiness. And God
it's City of David that is organizing and taking care of him anywhere he goes.
Also, because we are doing it for humanity, we are doing it with all our mind, with sincerity. We are doing it believing it was for Jesus. We did not know when this one, how they got to where they are, because they were very close. Anything Pastor Adeboye wanted, he will call it the Idowu Iliyomade. Idowu Iliyomade will call his members and will obey. Is it bad day? That Pastor Adeboye wants to do bad day? If we have to buy car, we have to buy it money. And we're doing it with happiness. Pastor, I don't even know what to even say more. Pastor Idowu Iliyomade never collected any money from any poor people.
So he never collected
he never collected money from any poor people. Pastor Idowu Iliyomade is a giver. He's a giver to everybody. He's a giver. Whatever cover that is remaining in his pocket and you meet him, that I did this money, that's Idowu Iliyomade will bring it out and give you. You can ask anybody in City of David. He is a giver. He doesn't, in fact, he's a giver to a fault. And he's a good shepherd. As in, he will visit you, he will pray with you. If you have problem, he's inside the problem with you. You are in the hospital, he will visit you and carry members, organize members. He organizes us in groups. We have wisdom group, we have choir group, we have usher group, we have this, we have house fellowship. So if something happens in wisdom group, they will inform him, he will follow them. They are going to pray in the hospital. Do you understand? He pays school fees for one child for each worker in the office. And they even give pastors, the pastors that are supposed to be on volunteer work, he gives them money on a monthly basis. Then all this, then later I started hearing that our brother was paying salary to
the choir.
Yeah, we heard that. Can you please address that,
Pastor
Mommy, Herbert Wigwe?
Pastor Wigwe, just like any of us, can do anything in the house of God for staff. For staff office, like me, for instance. Every December, you understand, I pack presents for everybody in the staff office. Bilal now say it's me that is giving them presents, and every Sunday I know how much I give to staff. So just as I do, others have done. So also is Pastor Wigwe. He was giving, he might have been giving them salary to some extent, but after some time he stopped. Other people gave it out.
Okay, so that's narrative that the salary of the choir was paid by the late Herbert.
For some time.
Only to an extent. Because some people even bought hats. As we are talking, some buys their dresses. Some close to them. We work together that nobody knows who brought what. But that
compensated. Who is saying compensated?
It's not only him. Even if he was paying salary, other people were also doing so many other things. And for that salary thing, I don't think.
Imagine making 453,000.
Adverts. Mark over me. So, okay, I think we are almost done. Number 6, Lagonsin. So this is the 7th one. And I hope I didn't miss out anything.
I caught a glimpse, if I could use that, of Pastor Adeboye preaching yesterday. And he said something about those who left with Iluyomade. And he called them, I don't know, I can't be 100% and I don't want to. He allegedly called them some names. And
for living with Iluyomade.
Be very happy with them.
Yeah, I think I heard that those who left City of David, he didn't mention those who left with Iluyomade because he's my daddy.
Which of my WhatsApp?
He said those who left City of David or left with him, they are demons.
Oh, wow.
Do you understand? And meanwhile, the place that they have paid for, that Trinity Tower, was built by, they are in darkness, was built by the supposedly demons. Do you understand? That's the one that actually made me like almost cry yesterday. How can my daddy talk like that?
Have you daddy no?
Do you understand? That they were like, even my mommy, our mother, Mommy Gio, they are demons. Darkness and light cannot live together. Meanwhile, that they have paid the loan of the Trinity Tower and it is now their own.
Did they pay?
Okay.
Or written off?
Trinity Tower. Our daddy should come there and cast out the demons. Do you understand? But he didn't cast them out. And so I now started wondering that, is this my daddy that is talking? Or is it Daddy Adeboye that, what is going on? Is anybody tuning there? I don't know.
Let me ask you, Ma. Did when Pastor ID left City of David, did you live with him?
I did not leave City of David with him. I was in City of David trying to do the mediation, looking for who to beg, you understand? I wasn't even that close to Pastor ID. I was just his parishioner. Do you understand? So how could I have now decided to now say because it's going on? We don't even do that in City of David. When Pastor is called, all of us stayed waiting for the next pastor. So that was what we did.
That's how we did people.
No, I didn't plan to go with him. But when I saw that there was no prayer, I'm in the prayer department. There was no prayer that was even brought up to even pray for his soul. Have mercy on his soul. They said he has sinned. Let us pray that let God have mercy on his soul.
What did sin about go?
We are not even going to pray for his restoration. Let us go and hold hand and then encourage him and pray. You understand? Our daddy said, you have sinned, you did party, you danced, or whatever. If daddy has considered his son in heaven and him, they consider
this is nothing but cultism.
No. So let's pray for him. Let God have mercy on his soul. Nobody did that. I asked all the pastors, they didn't do that.
Because they are loyal to your daddy.
Like, oh my God. So me and my family now, like, we have to go and look for Pastor ID. We did not even know where he was. But by asking, we found him. And then we went to go and serve the punishment with him. We prayed with him.
To go and serve punishment with him.
Don't worry. Daddy that is doing this, he will sort it out. After the 3 months, I was hoping. That was what I waited for. That was what that was what now baffled me, that how did they get to where they are? My daddy, Adeboye, Pastor Idowu my dad, that is his son, because he will tell us, Daddy said we should do this, and we'll obey. And Pastor Shiju, my dad, that is Mommy Gio's daughter. How did they get to this separation? It's what we don't know. That forgiveness cannot solve.
Sorry to stop there. I just want to bring out a point. For you to know they've been planning on how to send them away. Immediately that party issue happened, remember their daddy came out. That is my ex-daddy. He came out and started talking about makeup. That anybody's wife they find putting on makeup will be suspended. And I was like, this is coming too soon. Many of you were like, this woman, you're like too much. Why was it at that point Baba suddenly remember people using makeup? The same man that did not mind when they were starting classical knowing that people with makeup will come, knowing that people wearing earring, he allowed them to wear earring. When I told you there are 2 gods in Redeem, 2 gods, that video should still be outside there. I said they have 2 gods in Redeem. One God is for classical, the other one is for model. Welcome. How was your day? The other one is for classical, one is for model. The one for classical allows you to be you in dressing to some extent, to a large extent. Except you now want to copy classical, so you can look like them and be like you are the only person. Then you start kind of shedding off some things. They don't mind. As long as you do it in moderation, nobody will complain. So we still apply light makeup and all that in model parish. In classical, they don't. So, and because she did fall in the category of the model parish, she applies her makeup. And eyelashes has been there. They don't complain. She's very close to Mommy Gio. She's one of the people that welcome special guests for them. Like president's wife, governor's wife, minister's wives. She's in charge. Go and watch yesterday's video. They shed more light. Even they said the presidential lounge that they are building or whatever that they have in camp, it was City of David who furnished the place and sponsored the place. Many things were achieved through City of David. A lot of things were achieved in that your camp through City of David. Through the influence of Pastor Iduuni. So is it that kind of person they will now just throw away like that because they had a party? Is it that kind of... Yes, we agree that party should not have been held. But were they waiting for them to make a mistake? That should be... Then, now this woman said they have went everywhere. They went everywhere, connect to big people to help them to plead and beg. Write appeal letter. They say your father in the law say no turning back. Because I want to believe probably it was a well-orchestrated plan and they have achieved it. Odowu Yolomade is not the first. And the funniest part is that when it was happening to the likes of Tony Rapu, Jimo Tola Odutola, the one in Baltimore, in America here, and many others that will have gone through this, nobody knew it was going to get to this extent. They were seeing it as ordinary. Maybe it was at that time, Iluyomade too, we shouldn't have wasted 35 or 30-something years of his life building, living his law career. They said most of his mates are signed today, senior advocates of Nigeria. He concentrated on ministry work, living his own life, using his own money too. Anyway, and the question I was asking was, where were they getting the millions to get to were donating? Because I learned they were donating millions too. Was there any other deal? Or was there anything deeper? Or could it be that Iluyomade has done some job for Baba? Allegedly. I am not saying so. I'm just thinking, that Baba will be like, you have known too much. Oh, yeah, go. I don't want to see you near me. Or could it be that, you understand? You understand? When I go, don't come and be a thorn in the flesh. I don't know. I'm just saying, in quotes. You understand? Let us think deeper in our mind. So that when your children or you yourself, you are still serving somebody as you are working for God, you better be thinking straight. Because when it is time to discard you, it is easy. You are not the owner. They discarded, what's this man's name? Aremu and the other guy. What's that one's name again? I don't talk about them that much, so I'm beginning to forget them. What's this man's name? Eromileti? The two Omugo that was chased away in winners. That were retired. The old man retired. Aremu and Bishop. Somebody like Bishop Abioye. Thank you. I'm beginning to forget about them. Odumoleti is when they chop breakfast me I'm waiting for. Oh yeah?
How did they get there? That forgiveness cannot solve this thing.
Because it's not about forgiveness.
And a lot of things when Pastor Pandi was pastoring us, so many things happened in the City of David that has never happened before. Which one will I mention? One man collapsed inside church in the presence after he shook his hand. He collapsed, but thank God, God woke him up. A lot of people started. Oh yes, they now said the 20 hours. So many things that in fact, we never even thought of. Our conscience alone, Benny. So can worship God, can feel who was alone, can feel shame, can feel humanity, and we never thought of this other things that they were bringing into all these demons, something that the Adeboye did not even mention anything about demons to us, even in camp. All he will pray is you'll be stronger than your enemy. Do you understand? You'll be stronger than your enemy. So all this demon thing that I'm now hearing, maybe it's a new trend of this thing. I don't know, because we didn't teach us about demonology.
Demonology.
So many things of Daddy Freeze.
Daddy Freeze.
So many of this that you should be clapping in the office of so many things.
The woman is not ready to talk.
Clapping, many. We started hearing, not even hearing, seeing things.
Like what?
What does she me tell you so? Asiri odors of Kiyoma Fiturari, even inside the pastor's office.
Ha! Did you hear that? One Fiturari. Did you hear? I should take it back a little. Again, that part idea.
I watched I caught it.
Please, so many of this that you should be clapping in the office of so many things. So many clapping, so many. We started hearing, not even hearing, seeing things.
Like what?
What does she me tell you so? Asiri odors of Kiyoma Fiturari, even inside the pastor's office.
Woman lóríṣiríṣi ó ní tí ò ṣe sọ wàhálà dé Ọlọ́run má jà tẹrí síbi tí ò yẹ ká tẹrí sí. Orí mi ẹlẹ́dàá mi mo dúpẹ́ mo dúpẹ́ mo dúpẹ́ mo dúpẹ́. Ó yá, next one and the last one. Ká wá ṣe tán ká máa wá lọ. If you don't get it, forget about it. Last but not least. If you don't get it, forget about it. Wọ́n tún fi túràrí. Ó lóríṣiríṣi tá àti ẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ lè máa sọ. And I think it's even good for Oluyomade. Tó bá wọnú ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì tó ṣubú lulẹ̀ tó kú ńkọ́. So it's good for him. Ẹ̀mí tí òkú wá jẹran tó jẹrin, àwa rè lénìí. Hello, Sister Toyin. Dickiness Toyin. Good morning, sis. How are you? How are the children? How are you coping? I hope you are coping well. We just want to tell you that a new authority has taken over in Restoration Papa, like Rivers of Life Parish. So you can't be going there again. There is no need fellowshipping there at all. You can only look for another Redeemed Parish to be going. And when you are ready, you can be a worker in that parish. Muni, sir? Yes, that is the authority. That is the instruction from above. That a new leader has taken over the parish. And we don't want clash of conflicts. I said, please, pastor, there won't be clash of conflicts. There will be clash of conflicts. You know, you used to be the pastor's wife before. Now that your husband has gone, and we lay you. Makon loye. You know that your husband has gone, the pastor in charge and the wife. We don't want a conflict between you and the wife. I say, pastor, we are more like friends. There won't be any conflict. It's just for me. That's the place I'm used to. We are sorry you can't go there. I said, from when? Immediate effect. I said, They said yes. So where should I go? Choose any parish to go. Okay. I went to one parish. I cannot blend it here. Now I could come out. After some years, now I remember say, these people, they scam me, okay? I don't go collect my money. That's why I go back. I call demo. I shake in. I send him more. Pay any. Some pay. Oh yeah, let's continue. Last. You don't cast. Now everybody, they show up very fast. You don't cast. Last. Since Aunty Shidu, ẹ má bínú o, mi ò fi ń ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ o. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ ni mo fi ń ṣe yẹ̀yẹ́ o. Ẹni tó bá létí kó gbọ́ ni. Ó yá. Oríṣiríṣi.
When we grudge against ourselves before, we were like one family and we were plenty. Nobody had any grudges against anybody. Yes, some people was complaining about Pastor Shidu's this.
Shidu has always been like that. We all know her.
Close.
Until
that has been her.
God sent us on assignment to go and search for and bring him to the fold. But when we preached to him, we prayed with him. Okay, let's go back to church. That's when he now told us you can't go back there. Why? This is what Daddy and the man was crying.
You know my daddy.
So Pastor was crying.
This is what
as in tears, in his real tears.
This is what my daddy said.
Wow.
Daddy said I can't enter City of David. I tried to do this, and some people in his neighborhood that knew that he was a pastor, they were now coming to him that he should continue to pray for them. So where would he take them to? Where would he take them to? So we now have to now say, okay, for these people, we were the people that told him, since you can't go back to redeem, I don't even know. Which church will I now say you should go? Okay.
You can go to Sele.
In your sitting room and start clapping and start worshiping God with these people and even your staff in the house. On Sunday, you can worship in your house. Sometimes when I don't want to go, when I'm not able to go to church, I stand by my altar and I do my worship there. So you to go and stand somewhere and worship. That's how it started. He said he does not know how to do this thing.
Remember, he first sang a song.
He didn't plan to start a church.
No one can thank you now.
He didn't know anything. We now told him, we didn't say start a church. We said worship your God in your house.
Okay, Mommy, if you had the opportunity of having the General Overseer of RCCG, Pastor Adeboye,
My daddy.
If you had his
My daddy. It's like
maybe if this video goes out and he sees it and says, okay, you know what, come to my office, and what do you want to ask him for?
I will ask him to forgive Pastor Aduuni for whatever it is. I don't even want to know what transpired between them. But for the good works that Pastor Aduuni has done,
wọn ò lè gbá padà. Better wake up. Kó wá ṣe kí ni?
and with other people,
Oh,
through him,
bàbá ń táyé ọ̀bùn kan. Jẹ́jẹ́ máa tanra yín.
my daddy should forgive him.
Oh, àfi my
He has
daddy
told
náà.
him to go. Probably he has gone. Let him be. You understand? All this, he should just clear the air. What I was even expecting to hear my daddy say when he came to City of David yesterday.
My daddy, you know, they go.
Oh, your former pastor is not coming back here again. All this edifice we have met here, he built it.
To give him some credit.
Give him some credit. Whether it's on loan or it's nobody's this thing. Give him some credit. Thank him for the things he has done. But what I will tell you, my children, is this work must continue and even be more than this.
How am I going to call you? See, what tell you? See,
do you understand?
I try.
So if I have opportunity,
Anyway, she's still
of
inside.
talking to him, I'll still kneel. He's my father. I'll still kneel down for him and say, Daddy, please forgive
The
us.
man that told you already,
And let him be. He will now decide what he wants to do with him. Because I don't know for how long that thing can last. They are very close, so. They are very, very
Aunty
close.
Aduuni.
Go like this, go. Only the two of them understand. They are like father and son. So I still believe Daddy can work out something with him. But you should forgive him. That forgiveness that he taught us, I want it in action.
Okay.
And I will know that my daddy that led me to Christ is still my daddy in Christ.
Now, thank you guys. I want to play one video audio for us. Sorry, I didn't remember to put it here, but we can listen to it from this my phone. Sad. It's very sad, very sad. Let's listen to this audio.
At a time, 4 of the real billionaires in Nigeria were in this family.
Apapa family. The same Apapa family.
Because they were, the tithe that was coming to the main church through this family.
From Apapa family.
Empty. By that definition,